In the previous lecture, we have seen the design of helical compression spring for valve spring applications. In this lecture, we are going to see the design of helical compression spring based on energy absorption capability. So first, the energy absorbed by the helical compression spring is given by this equation, that is E is equal to half P into del. So here P is the load acting on the spring and del is the deflection, and E is the energy absorbed by the spring in Newton meter. Okay. The springs used in railway couplings are acting as a shock absorber. So in that case, the railway compartment is moving with a kinetic velocity of half mv square. It is moving with some kinetic energy. So that energy should be absorbed by the spring, and that energy is absorbed by the spring. Because of that energy, the spring is producing some deflection. So once if we know the energy that is being absorbed by the spring and the deflection because of the energy absorbed, then we can calculate the load acting on the spring. So after calculating the load acting on the spring, then the remaining procedure is same. We can design the helical compression spring based on the standard design procedure. In general, there are two types of energies are absorbed by the spring. The first one is kinetic energy. When an object is moving with an velocity, then the kinetic energy E is equal to half mv square. So in the image you can see that a truck having a mass of m is moving with a velocity of v. So by substituting the m in kg and velocity in meter per second, we can calculate the kinetic energy of mv square in Newton meter. Then the potential energy, when an object is falling from a height, for example, imagine that we are going to fix a spring here. So the potential energy of that object is being absorbed by the spring. So in that case, the potential energy produced by the object is mgh. Here, m is the mass in kg, g is the gravitational force in meter per second square, and h is the height. So as I told earlier, this kinetic energy is being absorbed by the spring, so that we can equate this into the energy absorption capacity, that is half P into del. So because of this energy, the spring will produce some compression, so that is our deflection. So once if you know all these data, so you can substitute everything in the energy equation and you can calculate the value of the load acting on the spring. So once after calculating the load acting on the spring, then the remaining procedure is same. So we'll solve a problem on that. A rail wagon of mass 20 tons. So here the mass is given in ton, and we know that 1 ton is equal to 1000 kg. So 20 ton is equal to 20,000 kg. Is moving with a velocity of 2 meter per second. V is equal to 2 meter per second. It is brought to rest by two buffers. So two buffer means there are two springs are used with springs of 300 mm diameter. So here this is the coil diameter of the spring, because if it is wire diameter, then they will specify that. Here it is not specified, so we can take this 300 mm as a coil diameter. The maximum deflection of the spring is given as 250 mm, that is del is equal to 250 mm. The allowable shear stress in the material is 600 megapascal, so tau is equal to 600 Newton per mm square. Design the springs for the buffers. So in this problem, the modulus of rigidity is not given. So I am going to assume a modulus of rigidity of 0.8 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So first, before going to the design procedure, we must calculate the load acting on the spring by equating the energy absorbed by the spring and the kinetic energy. So here, the rail wagon is moving with some velocity, so it is having a kinetic energy. That is why I have equated the energy absorbed by the spring with the kinetic energy. So half P del is equal to half mv square. So we can substitute the data. Remember that here we are substituting the velocity value in meter per second. So we have to substitute the deflection value in meter. So you should not substitute in mm. Remember that, because this mv square will become Newton meter. Okay, so this Newton is actually kg meter per second square. So you should not substitute the velocity value in mm per second. Okay, so for energy equations, always substitute the value in meter. So substitute V, that is 2 meter per second square, and M is 20,000 kg, and the deflection, actually in the problem it is 250 mm, so I have converted it into meter. So that is 0.250 meter. So you can substitute it and you can calculate the load acting on the spring. So in this problem, totally there are two buffers are used. So to calculate the load on a one buffer, then we have to divide this load by 2. That is P is equal to 160 into 10 power 3 Newton. Now I have calculated the load acting on the spring. Then we can move into the design procedure. So the first step is calculation of dimensions. So previously in the previous problems we have used 8pc divided by pi d. Okay, but here I am going to use 8pd because in the problem the diameter is given. Okay, so two equations will be there in your data book. You can use the equation with diameter, wire diameter, because the wire, coil diameter, because in the problem the coil diameter is given. And for calculating Ks, anyway we need to assume some C value, or otherwise we cannot calculate the Ks value. So we can assume a C value of 5 and we can calculate the Ks value. Anyway, in the problem the C value will not be equal to 5, but for calculating Ks we can assume the C value as 5 because this Ks value will not have a much impact on the wire diameter. So by assuming Ks value as 5, C value as 5, calculate the Ks. P, it is 160 into 10 power 3. The diameter of the coil is 200 mm. The stress is 600. Substitute everything and calculate the diameter, that is D is equal to 56.24 mm. So after calculating the D value, the next step is calculation of number of turns. So here also use the del equation with capital D. So del is equal to 8p d cube n divided by gd power 4. So del is 250 mm, P it is 160 into 10 power 3, capital D is 300, N is number of turns, G we have assumed that it is 0.8 into 10 power 5, and D is the wire diameter, previously we have calculated. So by solving this equation, we will get number of turns is equal to 6. And in the problem, the end conditions of the spring is not given, so I have assumed that the ends are squared and grounded. So capital N is equal to small n plus 2. So it is 6 plus 2, that is equal to 8. The next step is calculation of free length, that is LF is equal to ND plus del max plus 0.15 del max. So N is 8, D is 56.24 and 1.15 times of the del max, it is 250 mm. Substitute it, you will get 737.42 mm. Then the last step is calculation of pitch, that is P is equal to LF divided by N minus 1. So substitute the values, you will get a pitch value of 105.3 mm. Then after calculating all the dimensions, put resulting dimensions and write all the calculated values. Okay. So the only thing is we have to calculate the load acting on the spring by equating the energy equations. So after calculating the load acting, then the remaining procedures will be same. But remember that here for energy equation, we have to substitute the data in meter. So the tutorial problem, a railway wagon weighing 50 kilonewton. So here the weight is actually given, but in the equation we will substitute the mass value. So you just convert this 50 kilonewton into kilonewton by multiplying 50 into 10 power 3 and convert that Newton into kg by multiplying 9.81 with a speed of 8 km per hour. So here the velocity is given in kilometer per hour, but we have to convert it into meter per second. So it is 8 into 1000 for converting kilometer into meter, then divided by 60 for converting hour into minute and 60 for converting minute into seconds. Has to be stopped by 4 buffer springs. So here the number of springs is 4 with a maximum compression of 220 mm. So del is equal to 220 mm. The springs having a mean diameter, that is capital D is equal to 150 mm. Design the spring, take G is equal to 84 kilonewton per mm square. So here the G value is given, but the tau value is not given. Okay, so we have to assume the tau value, and we can assume a tau value in between 400 to 500 as a standard material property for spring design.